Can't hold back. I can't hold back no more. Love in the can't hold back. You gotta own it. Can't hold back no more. Can't hold back. Can't hold back no more. Yeah, yeah. I'm done being silent, but I don't feel like I need to speak about it. I'm not running from you no more. So I open up my heart, and I'm hoping we're not far, 'cause memories pass by me. Let me show you something new. Let me give you all my truth. Love in the moment, you gotta own it. Let's not waste no time. I don't wanna rewind, I've seen enough plays. Lived through the rough days. Had to put some niggas in the right place. Took a few licks and I kept pace. I'ma run it up 'cause I know how to do it. Skip the small talk 'cause I'm getting straight to it. Butterflies, don't make me wait. Look so hard but still can't read my face. Peace sign, tucked on my waist. Caught in the middle of the air, I'm out of space. Butterflies, don't make me wait. Look so hard but still can't read my face. Peace sign, tucked on my waist. Caught in the middle of the air, I'm out of space. Can't hold back. I can't hold back no more. Love in the can't hold back. You gotta own it. Can't hold back no more. Can't hold back. Can't hold back no more. Yeah, yeah. I'm done being silent, but I don't feel like I need to speak about it. I'm not running from you no more. So I open up my heart, and I'm hoping we're not far, 'cause memories pass by me. Let me show you something new. Let me give you all my truth. Love in the moment, you gotta own it. Let's not waste no time. I don't wanna rewind, I've seen enough plays. Lived through the rough days. Had to put some niggas in the right place. Took a few licks and I kept pace. I'ma run it up 'cause I know how to do it. Skip the small talk 'cause I'm getting straight to it. Butterflies, don't make me wait. Look so hard but still can't read my face. Peace sign, tucked on my waist. Caught in the middle of the air, I'm out of space. Butterflies, don't make me wait. Look so hard but still can't read my face. Peace sign, tucked on my waist. Caught in the middle of the air, I'm out of space. Can't hold back. I can't hold back no more. Love in the can't hold back. You gotta own it. Can't hold back no more. Can't hold back. Can't hold back no more. Yeah, yeah. I'm done being silent, but I don't feel like I need to speak about it. I'm not running from you no more. So I open up my heart, and I'm hoping we're not far. Cause memories pass by me. Let me show you something new. Let me give you all my truth. Love in the moment, you gotta own it. Let's not waste no time. I don't wanna rewind, I've seen enough plays. Lived through the rough days. Had to put some niggas in the right place. Took a few licks and I kept pace. I'ma run it up cause I know how to do it. Skip the small talk cause I'm getting straight to it. Butterflies, don't make me wait. Look so hard but still can't read my face. Peace sign, tucked on my waist. Caught in the middle of the air, I'm out of space. Butterflies, don't make me wait. Look so hard but still can't read my face. Peace sign, tucked on my waist. Caught in the middle of the air, I'm out of space. Can't hold back. I can't hold back no more. Love in the can't hold back. You gotta own it. Can't hold back no more. Can't hold back. Can't hold back no more. Yeah, yeah. I'm done being silent, but I don't feel like I need to speak about it. I'm not running from you no more. So I open up my heart, and I'm hoping we're not far. Cause memories.
My eyes are watering. Hey guys, welcome back. I feel like we weren't still because I feel like I could see something moving out of my peripherals on the camera. It was you.
I was completely still. You messed it up. You bum.
So, welcome back to Extra Credit, guys. Today, this is episode 12. Is it 12? I think it's 12. Mm-hmm. That's 3 months. Daniel did his skincare today. He's glowing. Tilt your face back and forth so they can see the glow. Oh, look at that, y'all! He's glistening.
I've never been on camera with you again. I wish I had my other battery because I would be right over there. It's a stupid.
We're
Stop touching me.
We're side by side today because we only have one camera, and
we have more than one camera. We have 4 cameras here right now.
We only have one workable camera for tonight because the rest of the pieces of the puzzle are, a ride in the snow away. So we won't be doing any of that. So
yeah,
here we are. Somebody called you greasy. Oh, it was Jeremiah. Please. Welcome back. Today was a snow day, which made this Sunday feel particularly strange because when you're just used to going to church every Sunday and then you're not like in church, it's definitely weird.
Is it bad to say it's refreshing not to have went to church today?
I don't think that's bad, but I'm whispering, so maybe it is.
It sounds bad.
It sounds bad, but I mean,
because the Bible says, and I think this is what the Bible says, and I was glad when I went into the house of the Lord.
it didn't say every time. I'm just kidding. I am always glad when I come into the house, for sure. But I will say, too much of a good thing,
I slept
right?
till like noon today.
I did not. I have 3 kids, so
I do too. You should have stayed asleep with me. I mean, maybe when Dallas,
She woke up at 8.
Yeah, that's cooked.
Yeah, so I've been up, but I actually didn't officially. I didn't like get going until like 9:30. So it was kind of nice. Not gonna lie. What?
This is not the type of snow that you would go out and play in.
It's not.
No.
You went to see
I just
it?
went out there and the snow
It's
was
like powdery?
covered. No, the snow was covered in a layer of
ice.
So it's like you're gonna have to punch the snow to get through to the actual snow.
Punch the ice to get to.
Punch the ice to get to the snow.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. We're looking out of the sunroom door at the snow. If you don't want to know why, we're just like. But yeah. It was a vibe not waking up early on a Sunday. Exactly.
Yeah.
We had breakfast. You must have said cooked. I didn't even notice. We had breakfast. We had, I don't know. I can't remember last time I cooked breakfast on a Sunday. What? That was like pretty insane. And all of my kids ate a different breakfast. Don't ask me how that happened.
Yeah, you let them be too picky.
No, it wasn't. It was like they all kind of staggered in. Danny had cereal and an egg. Zara had an egg sandwich. Dallas had, I guess it's kind of, they all had eggs. Dallas had eggs with turkey sausage.
Cheese eggs?
Yeah.
Scrambled or?
Kind of.
She just,
it's like the kind of scrambled where you just like crack it into the pan and move it around. It's not like truly scrambled. Okay. But she had that with turkey sausage and strawberries. And then I had a breakfast skillet with potatoes, cheese, sausage, salsa, sour cream, Tabasco. It was kielbasa sausage too. Nice little spice to it. Very delectable, if I do say so myself. And then I didn't finish it, so Daniel ate the rest.
Mm-hmm. I did.
And then I cooked again.
No, I cooked before you cooked again, though.
Yeah, that you made a kielbasa sandwich, and then I made grilled cheese for the kids. I made spaghetti, and I made
What'd you make
jumbo
spaghetti
for Danny and Dallas. I was in that kitchen all day, slaving away. Anyways, let's move on. Sorry.
She should have put that in the chat.
My sister's texting us on the side outside the chat. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get into roll call because we're just talking. We're just chatting away. You ready? Mm-hmm. Go. You do it today.
No, I'm going to cue the music.
Oh, my gosh. It's weird with you so close to me, and I feel like we're doing a lot with these colors and patterns.
I'm about to take this off. This is hot.
You're hot,
I put this on to do some stuff outside. Because, the thing is, when it's a snow day, us men, we still have to do what we have to do. We got to take care of trash. We got to
sleep in.
We got to make sure everyone's fed. We gotta.
Everyone.
Well, let me finish.
Like your dog?
This is my solo.
Go ahead.
Speech. We gotta make sure stuff is taken care of. We gotta get the snow off of the trash cans. We gotta get all of the snow off the car. We gotta.
Daniel, what are you talking about?
It's a lot of stuff that we gotta take care of. We gotta send out emails. We gotta send invoices. I woke up today ready to get to the money. So, while everyone else was out looking at the snow, drinking hot chocolate, there was some of us that was putting in work. So,
I'm gonna take a picture of the car so you can put it up since you're over here telling lies. Telling lies.
Driveway gotta be cleared. It's a lot of stuff that gotta be done.
But you've done nothing of the sort.
No. I took the trash out.
Why?
Because to get the
You
trash
took
out the house.
You mean to the curb, or you just took it out to that trash
To the
can?
trash can, you know.
Ooh, it must have been a lot
Stuff
of work
building
for
up.
you.
No, I'm just saying, it's cold outside, but some of us still gotta go out.
Did you get a massage
and make
after
things
you took
happen.
the trash out? I know that was probably a lot.
No, I didn't. Not yet. But, anyways, it's time for roll call.
You're so full of it.
For everyone that's here, let's drop some snowflakes in the chat.
Period.
Let's drop some snowflakes in the chat.
Mala with the tomatoes.
And we'll,
Cracking up. Wait, what does the
and
raccoon
we'll
mean
shout
again?
you out.
I feel a little slow. What does the raccoon mean again? That's a raccoon, right? Coon dogs. I don't know what the raccoon means, but you have to remind me.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and do your
All
shout
right,
outs.
guys. It's
Hopefully y'all
time
cozy.
for
Hopefully
attendance.
this feels like nice and you know.
I know. We should have just.
I know we look
should have
warm
just
up
posted
here.
up by the fireplace.
We look
That's what
mad
we shoulda
warm.
done. We could. The raccoon means Daniel's off the hinges. Oh well. Then raccoons in the chat.
You need. I got emojis. I got raccoons and frying pans. They don't drop nothing for you in particular, but I mean, we should come up with something. Y'all, we gotta before the night is out.
If y'all have some glazed donuts, y'all can add those to the chat for Daniel as well. Looking like a butterball turkey. All right, roll call.
Bro, just
Angela Hall, welcome. Jamala, oh, those aren't snowflakes, but yeah, call Daniel out.
I don't look too
Ari,
shiny, do I?
Lene, what's up? Sammy, Nene, Evs, Joy, and Bernard. Anointed to Dance, what's up? Tia, Jeremiah, Yanni Yan, Selah. There we go. Daniel, does Daniel look like that? Daniel, do you look like this? Is that what you're giving?
a mushroom.
A brown mushroom energy? Why do I feel like that's the
Like a
poisonous
Goomba?
kind?
Nah, I don't know. Nah, I mean,
Just serving it up on a platter.
I think there's a better emoji we can come up with. I don't know.
Okay. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and hop into it tonight. Honestly, there shouldn't be very many people missing class considering that tomorrow we're off. So, those of you who are tardy, what are you doing? But those of you guys who are here, welcome back. Daniel, you have anything for us to react to today?
Let me pull up these videos that you sent me.
Me? I sent them?
Yep.
They're from me? I picked them?
From police, they're looking for a missing dad.
The girl only had a drawing of her father. She didn't have a photo, just this drawing of her father.
I have an update from police.
Officers have now located the father just moments ago.
Yo, it's the way they lost it. The legs flying is crazy.
From police, they're looking.
Oh, the accuracy though. She's low-key Van Gogh at this point.
She missed the mustache though.
I mean,
But other than that, I mean,
why does
you know,
this picture look like a mugshot or something? Like, is this AI?
it probably is. You all you do is send AI videos. So I wouldn't
Ari
be
sent this
surprised.
to me. Ari DM'd this to me. That's funny though. Some things that are AI, like you can just laugh at it and move on with your life. Other things you have to point out that it's AI. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh yes, this one I find very interesting. This woman unleashed 100,000 Orbeez. into her house and let her kids just go crazy. And I'm really curious to see what y'all think about this, because on one end I'm like, this is liberating, right? This is like they must feel very safe at home. Like they're not walking on eggshells. Well, they're walking on Orbeez, but they're not walking on eggshells like they're gonna get in trouble. They're just making a giant mess. But on the other hand, my insides are screaming. Like if that was my house, I would be like dreaming about Orbeez being in crevices of my home every night. What do you think? Because some people are saying that like this is like healthy.
No, it's not.
Like for the kids, like family, like for them to feel like forget the mess, like live in the moment.
No. I don't have much to say about this other than just no.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you came home and there was just like Orbeez everywhere.
Moving out.
Oh, what? Moving out is crazy. Moving out is crazy. What do y'all think? Ariana said it's a sensory nightmare. She said these are the videos.
I told y'all, man.
Okay.
I told y'all.
All right. In our defense, we are unprepared.
You know how your spouse, or for those who don't have a spouse, your significant other sends you like a video and they're like cracking up at it and you're just like,
Oh, Ariana just brought up an actual crazy story because, see, Jaquissa said she's done it. You just wait for them to dry and then you vacuum them up. That's what the girl said.
You're never going to vacuum all of them up. You're going to be finding Orbeez.
Jaquissa, do they get as small as they were originally when like you vacuum them? Or are they like a little bit bigger and like shriveled? I'm curious. Ariana's talking about a time when Danny said that he ate an Orbeez and we were all very traumatized. He was staying in Ohio with my family and we were in Trinidad. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
So
vaguely.
It was like the middle of the night and they're calling me saying, Danny's saying his stomach hurts and he's saying he ate an Orbeez. And I'm like doing research and they're saying that it can get as big as like a golf ball and like block your intestines and it's going to soak up all the moisture and just keep growing. And I was freaking out. I was in Trinidad calling poison control. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
It was and I was pregnant with Dallas and I was like, what am I going to do from Trinidad? Like, this is crazy. And then I'm like continuously on FaceTime asking him, did you eat the Orbeez? And he's like barely answering. All I know is I was traumatized. Ari was traumatized. We were all traumatized. And then poison control were like, he's probably fine.
And the kids haven't gone to stay in Ohio since.
Don't say that.
Am I lying?
We haven't gone anywhere. Because I gave birth and then we haven't gone. That they usually stay when we go out the country. Anyways, turns out he never ate an Orbeez. Like, I don't even remember how we ended up getting the truth out of him. But it was very weird. Anyways, it was AI, the one with the drawing of the dad. Makes sense, because why would they post that on the news? All right. Take it away, Spoon.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I had something very interesting to talk about tonight, but I've been trying to remember what it was for the past hour.
Let me try to jog your memory.
I've been trying to remember it for the past hour. We don't have a recap video from last week, but last week we talked about. Wonder if we still got the graphic in here. Was this it?
Yeah.
Last week we talked about singleitis. Let's run that back. Singleitis. The disease that plagues many. I want to first say that if you watched last week, I want to maybe just
go ahead.
Encourage, especially the young ladies out there.
You're not going to apologize?
No. No, I meant everything I said.
All right.
But I feel like I need to tell y'all that you are beautiful. God made you. You're beautiful. What was being said in any way was not meant to make you feel less than or like you were inadequate. But it was meant to provoke you to enhance the beauty that God has given you. For instance, if you buy a nice car, let's say you are the Mercedes-Benz, you need to be washed. You know what I mean? So that's the best way I can put it, is that you actually are the Benz. You are the Benz, but you do have to, what's the use of being a Benz if you're always dirty? The seats are not, the seats are real leather, but they're not, treated and clean. That's kind of what I was getting at last week. So I think you may want to maybe cover a few things.
So wait a minute.
Because I kind of felt a little bit bad for a second, but I was like, maybe if you don't know how I am, maybe you would be upset. But I'm like halfway joking, but I'm still like serious. So I do not take back anything that was said, but I do want to put it in proper context.
Fair enough.
And this is why I have a hard time with the mindset of wanting to be someone's senior pastor, because pastors are just some of the most misunderstood people. The things that you say can be taken it's just, being misunderstood is something that I'm not sure that I'm all the way set on just yet. Part of me doesn't what's a different way I can say it? Part of me doesn't care, but part of me also was kind of like, to be on the platform and, people are always able to kind of take what you say and have their feelings attached to, everyone takes things different ways. So that's something that I just want to put out there. But you gave me some feedback about last week and singleitis and, some of the different things that our young ladies in particular may have needed to hear. Our young men as well, but particularly the young ladies.
Wash them, Lord. But see, sometimes they need to be like just washed or like, but sometimes you need to be detailed, which means that you really need to get in the nitty gritty and bring back the life that is now a shell of its former self.
Yes. So some of y'all, what I was basically trying to say is some of you are a shell of yourself.
Of your former self.
Because you've given up. And, being single and like...
I'm cracking up.
Being single and not stepping out, being the best version of yourself.
Single people being a dirty Benz is crazy.
I just see.
It's not all single people.
Not all single people are dirty Benzes.
People.
We were specifically last week talking about those people who are believing to be in a relationship, believing for marriage, but you're not moisturized. Your edges are not controlled. Maybe some guy stuff. You don't have a job. You're not working. You just play video games all day. Just all the things that would make you presentable to the world is, we were just talking about how people can get kind of stuck in those. I don't know if it's a rut or what it is, but, it's just one of those things that we kind of see, especially with young ladies at churches. So, yeah. Anything else?
Just like it's okay to need a makeover. Why is that funny? It's okay.
See, they don't like it when I say it. But if I said that same thing, they would have an issue with it. It's okay for you to need a makeover. young lady.
I said it nicer. It's okay. It's okay if you need to, like, you know, there's different ways to reinvent yourself the further you go in life. And that should be a fun adventure. It's not something that you dread or, like, feel bad about. Like, that's exciting. That's a new exciting thing. Mm-hmm. So,
but you got to do the bare minimum, though. You got to do the bare minimum stuff. What's so funny?
They said some people are saying that I'm PR, saving the day, and other people are saying
it's just the soft voice.
Beth wasn't better.
It's just a soft voice.
I don't think I've ever seen Daniel this moisturized, says Yanni, or something similar. I'm cracking up.
I did. Did
you triple mask?
Mm-hmm.
A triple mask is crazy. I need to do that when we get
off. The first mask had a scrub. It was a scrub, so when you wash it off, it scrubs.
I know the one. I got it.
So it has like a polishing effect.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
The second one was a holographic.
Was it peel
off? Just a peel mask.
Okay.
All right, and the third one.
It was purple.
Was the Snell Mucin
sheet mask
that had
seal the deal.
You know what I'm saying?
CosRx.
You feel me? So,
okay, this is a good question. Somebody said, what if you've been married, divorced, and in your 60s now? Then what? Again, like, it's never too...
I'm not 60s. I don't know.
It's never too late to reinvent yourself. I think that, like, even as we all age and get older, like, you just can't lose your edge. Like, you can't just, like, get stuck in the rut of, like, the same thing. Like, you have to try new things, go new places, have new experiences, change your look up just for fun, something that you like. I think that, I mean, not everybody wants to be remarried, but some people do. But I don't think it's about finding a partner. It's more about, like, living, like, your most, like, full life. And I feel like that means that, like, you're always elevating, always going up, always.
Yeah, I think it's just, I mean, we can get deeper into talking about, like, specific things, but I think what we're kind of getting at is just that we've seen people who say, I want to get married, I want to, you know, specifically more so females, you know, because I feel like men in the church, single men in the church, are typically hot commodities. And so you can be, I've seen it, you could be the most middest guy ever, and you can have your pick of the litter at anybody's church because of the amount of single females. But you want to know
what's interesting?
It's a male ratio, especially at younger congregations.
I think it's different in different circles. And we were actually I was talking with a group of friends about, like, attending church events at other churches.
Yeah.
Like, not like church hopping, but like events. Because even when I go on Reddit and I'm, like, looking material for the show, people are saying, one of the threads I saw was basically saying, why do attractive single men in the church, like, I forget what it said, but it was basically like, why aren't they, like, why are they single? Like, why are all this single men single?
By choice. They want to pick the best one. That's why they're single.
That's what a lot of people are saying, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so you're basically saying they could pick anyone they want, but they want to be single?
No, it's just like, you just, as a guy, you can be picky because you're in the position of being able to pick.
Let me ask
you. Like, we've all seen guys date 3-4 different girls in the church, you know what I mean, and kind of bounce around a little bit because you're the hot commodity. You know, if you decent, look halfway clean, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of that's been what I've observed.
Okay, so the most false thing Daniel has ever said. Clarify which one. Oh, that's a reach. They're single because they're genuinely cooked.
Now, there are a few young men who are actually cooked. But, you know, normally that has to do with some type of
garbage, Yanni.
You know, that's
Sammy. You are single.
And I don't know if I feel like
Sorry.
arguing this.
Hold
but,
on
you
a
know.
second. I just want to say this. I only say this because my dad always told us that if you're not married, you're technically single.
Yeah, because
Daniel has no respect for like girlfriend, boyfriends. He's
What are you talking?
He's
Wait,
constantly
hold on.
trying to matchmake people that are in relationships with other people. He just does not care.
Yeah, because if you're not married, then it's not official. You could be dating somebody. I was dating somebody one day and not date and not date somebody the next week.
Say less. Don't listen. Don't come for me. I'm just repeating. I'm just the messenger.
Yeah, I've been you know, like I know what it's like dating. I could be dating someone for 2 years and break up with them the next day and be dating somebody else.
Yeah. So basically,
like you're you're more single than someone who's married.
it's no official commitment, is what you're saying, right? Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
You're not supposed to hop around. I'm just saying that it's possible while someone is dating for it not to go all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like the person is not out the game till they out the game.
Do you think that single people's that their intentions for dating should be marriage?
I hear that a lot, and I actually disagree with it.
Hot take. Go ahead.
I mean, I think that, and even if you've been married, it depends. Like if you're in a committed like dating relationship, then yes. But dating, like going out with somebody and getting to know them, that first meeting with them or linking with them, you shouldn't be thinking about marriage at that point. At that point, I want to know about them. I want to know if they're a decent person. Like that's a date. But in terms of like, if I'm going to be boyfriend and girlfriend with this person, then yes, we get to that point to where, all right, if we're going to be locked in and if we're going to be exclusively dating each other, yes, marriage is what we should be looking at. But and even once you start exclusively dating someone, that's kind of when it gets to that point. But otherwise, you can go on a date with this person. This, and not saying that y'all got the juice like that, but you can be going on a date with somebody this week.
Wait, he
and then
said that y'all might not have it like that.
But I think the main thing is just like even if you've been married, divorced, getting back out there, like it's just, I think it's the art of just being available. You know what I mean? Like you can tell a lot about somebody just up front, but if they pass the initial whatever it is, then go out, show yourself to be dateable, be pleasant.
That's the thing.
Do a little bit of flirting. Like y'all don't know how to flirt no more. Like
do you know how to flirt still?
Yeah, but
we were talking about this earlier. Okay, so one of the things I do want to say is one of the things that you have to watch out for with singleitis is that when you've been single for such a protracted period of time, like you can be so comfortable and kind of stuck in your ways that you are not like approachable or findable. So even when you're out places, you're just minding your business with your head down. You're not interacting with the world around you. Like you're more closed off and you're more to yourself. And so that's something that you have to watch out for, like being like that. Because
as a guy, like if I can think back years ago before you get married, even when we were dating and not in the context of a marriage yet, when I was technically still single when we were dating, I mean, this is going to sound bad, but I wasn't actively out at the grocery store or wherever I was looking for who else, but my eyes was definitely still open. You know what I mean? It sounds bad, but I'm like...
Wait, for how long?
What you mean?
For how long when we were dating? Exclusively, I might add.
I mean, probably until I decided, let me propose.
So you had one eye open like the whole time?
What you mean by one eye open?
You were like, anybody else?
I mean, you just, it's just when you propose, because people be getting married and not sure. That's when people get married and still be,
Fair enough.
Anyways,
Fair
I don't
enough
want to get my cortisol levels up.
Yeah, keep your cortisol
but it's like
levels down.
when you get this stuff out your system before you decide to propose to anybody.
What kind of stuff?
Your interest in somebody else, any loose ends you got that's tied up, any unfinished business, like get all of that stuff straight. Like get that stuff, get that stuff together before you decide to propose. Like make sure you are free and clear. Don't go into your marriage with any what ifs. That's a dangerous place to be. Is to be going into a marriage and you still haven't gotten closure like with the ex or somebody else. So I think that like I think to be single out here, especially as a young lady, and like not aware of your surroundings, like I'm like you realize that you can literally meet your mate at any point where you leave the house.
So literally. So
why would you like?
Okay,
so as a single guy, because some guys they get married and then they just don't care. Like you be wearing whatever out the house. But I'm like, as a single young man, if I'm going anywhere to church, it could be the day that the finest woman ever alive comes to church that day. Like you could be going to church, you could be going to the mall, you could be going to the grocery store, you could be going to pump some gas. Mm-hmm. It's like if I'm single, you're not going to catch me lacking. Like and it's not that you got to be dressed to the T and all that type of stuff, but we're just saying be presentable. And I'm in a position to where it sounds kind of crazy to say my head would be on a swivel, but if I was completely single, like I'm a hunter. Like I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? And it's not that you got to be creepy about it, but it's just that like, as a single young man, it's like you're looking.
But listen, can I say something about that? Because I'm gonna read a Reddit thread that like connects to what you're saying right now. Okay. But I think it's good for females to hear that like men are actually looking. So maybe the issue is not that there's not enough men, but it's that you don't even appear to be available. Like, what do you expect someone to find when they're looking for a wife? Like in you, like. How are you coming off? How are you? And I'm not just talking about how you look. Like,
when's the last time you've caught somebody's eye and like locked eyes and like what do you do in that situation? For the single ladies in the chat, like, do y'all know what to do if a guy?
Where's Rayma when you need her?
If a guy that is it like if a guy catches your eye and you're out in public, like what do? Do you know what to do with that? And I think a lot of us, because of, I don't know whether it's because of the era that we're in or what, I don't know. Because like when I was coming up, like if I wanted to call the house, like when we were about to get out of high school, we had Skype and FaceTime was just becoming a thing. But like when I was in middle school and my early years in high school, if I got a girl's number, it was her house phone. And I was calling the house, asking her parents, may I please talk to
that is just so wholesome.
Yeah,
I
but I'm like, it gives you like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to. You talking about just being on the phone? Like I'm not even looking at you like it's FaceTime or whatever.
No, I want to get the kids a house phone, but then their friends also need house phones. Like we have to band together with the parents, and they can call each other and
think
not.
It's beyond that. Our kids was on FaceTime all day today.
Well, yeah, but they were interacting though.
Okay. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if people like know what to do with that, and
no, true.
And it's almost like if someone was to throw you a oop, and like what I mean by that is like even if you have a friend who is like a wingman or someone who you know, like I heard it said like this, like I can be Jordan, but I can also be Pippen. Scottie Pippen was Michael Jordan's teammate. And also the reason why he was able to get his 6 rings. But the star of the show is Mike. So if you're Mike and Scottie Pippen gives you an assist and helps you out, then do you know what to do if your friend introduces you to a young lady or vice versa? If you're a young lady and your friend kind of does some type of maneuver to be able to get you to meet somebody Do you know what to do with that situation?
Let's address one of the comments, because this is not all on the ladies. The ladies, like, you do have a part to play. Don't
No, that's
get
what
me
I'm
wrong.
saying. I'm like,
But, Mala asked, Mala said a lot of men have lost the art of approaching women. And I did read a statistic about this like a few weeks ago, saying that like 33% of men have like never approached a woman ever. But what I will say is that I think that there's a lot of things at play about this, especially in the Christian community. I do think that like men can be weird and strange, but like, I'm married, so I can't really gauge how the men are in the church, but I do get approached anywhere else all the time. So I wouldn't necessarily say that like it's all men at all times.
Pause the stream.
Pause what
Pause the
stream?
stream.
What are you talking about?
We have a student who's talking about how guys be scared these days. I've pinned his comment.
Oh, that I do think they do though.
No, I pinned his comment.
I think that the church guys don't have as much like audacity.
No, but our student who's talking about guys be scared
Was the most
was
scared?
the scared one.
True.
I'm not gonna call no names, but the comment is pinned, and his username is his name, his full government name.
Oh my gosh, here we go. What's with the long pause?
I'm trying to think of what I want to share.
I mean,
I would say that.
but he had to get over it, right?
No, he did get over it. I give him kudos because he got over it. But in the earlier days, it was like, I remember there was a situation. We was in the hallway at church, and
Shaking in his boots.
yeah, I'm not talking about your wife now. You know, you did great with that. He did great with that. But I want us to remember back when
Why are you living in the past?
he said, "No, it's not incriminating. It's not incriminating."
No.
Nah. It was just, I asked the young lady, "Are you single?" As Jeremiah, I was like, "Oh, well, y'all should meet and talk or whatever." And then I walked away and just made it really awkward. So it was almost like
Your specialty.
yeah, but it's like I don't even know. He might not even been really attracted to her like that, like talking about. but I guess it made it awkward and it just broke the ice. So I mean, I think that I'm a good friend for that, because it's just like, hey man, like do what you need to do.
We can't really gauge
and
how good
figure
of a
it
friend
out.
you are because he didn't end up with that person.
No,
However,
but I'm saying that could have been
sometimes
that
the
could have gave
nudge-
him the confidence that
Yes,
he needed to
I will say that.
eventually step out and talk to the other young lady
Yeah. No, fair enough.
who is now his wife.
I do think that like having one experience, even if you don't end up with that person, of just talking to someone will really like boost you up for like the next experience.
Me too, Yanni. I remember that one too.
Uh-oh.
Jeremiah dodged some bullets. But
Okay.
we about to
Let
get
me read this thread.
Hey, Jeremiah was maneuvering out here like the Matrix. Jeremiah was
All
ducking
right.
and weaving.
Nothing incriminating, remember?
Okay, all right. I'm just saying he did really well.
All right. The title
I was surprised actually. Never mind, go ahead.
No. You can finish.
He did great.
Yes.
He did great.
Of course.
He that dude, man.
Great. Love it. Okay. The title is Christian Men Are Radioactive.
God is faithful. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I wrote this small essay with the initial intention of asking for advice. I'd still appreciate advice, but this really looks more like a rant. It's been a frustrating year. These are real emotions. You have been warned. Do any other single Christian men feel radioactive? There are single Christian men like myself who want to find a Christian woman to marry. How do we do that? I ask. Usual response, church. Okay, what if my church is small and either I'm not compatible with anyone or I've already exhausted my options? Response, find another church. Sure, then how do I deal with the inevitable response that I'm joining just to shop for a wife? I know people in church think this way, I've been told directly. Online dating, I'd rather stick my hand in a blender. Been there, done that, and so have my friends. We're all chronically single guys. It doesn't help that when I express how much I want to find a Christian woman to marry, half of the time married couples respond with, well, it doesn't really get better after you marry. We have our problems too. So then what am I supposed to do? I have a desire to marry a Christian woman who loves our Lord, but our society really doesn't seem interested in helping guys like me. This is so funny to me. Until God somehow drops a woman into my life, I'll just follow the other common advice. Work on yourself and serve in church as if I could do anything else.
He's trash. Because there are plenty of single Christian women out here waiting to be chose. But one thing that he said that was valid is that guys have to know, like, if you go join a new ministry or a new church, do not start dating somebody immediately or go for the first person who come up.
I see.
Exactly. Like, I'm like, bro, like, you just full of excuses and
all his
whatever
friends.
else. Yeah, I'm just like, but I do think that you can't like date. I mean, well, it's an art to it. It's an art to it, but you can't date. Like, you gotta recognize the friend groups and realize that if that friend group is tight, like, once you date one, you can't date anybody else in the friend group. I've had friends that have made that mistake before, and you know, it's like, bro, like, you can't go you can't go and just date the first person that shows interest in you. You know, you may want to take your time because you can't exhaust your options by just talking to one person. You know, especially in a smaller.
Then you kind of shoot yourself in the foot because they're all friends.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but it's easy. I want to know: do y'all feel like churches should be hosting, like, and I have mixed feelings about this. But
I already know my answer.
Do y'all feel like churches should be hosting like singles events or like singles type of?
Usually no, but we want to know why?
Because asking them.
They're usually corn on the cob.
No, that wasn't to that.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that just gave me the answer. Like, typically no, because they're never good. And even some of the younger churches, when they have them, I know there was one maybe last year or the year before, and they were saying
up in the DC area,
and they were saying that it was like 98% women.
Yeah, but that just proves my point. I'm like, as a guy, you can go to there and clean up.
Clean up is crazy.
You can go clean up.
That's not
if
the
you're
point.
a decent looking young man that loves Jesus and you smell decent, and man.
Yeah, and that was the thing too. I do think they should have if they're gonna do it, have brackets, because like the way you're putting all these different types of single people in one room of all different ages is very wild. And the 3 men who were there are gonna feel real awkward.
It's probably more than 3 men, especially at younger church, a younger congregation.
I'm speaking from.
They're still outnumbered.
I'm speaking from a very close experience. Yeah, definitely. And like this, obviously, like I feel like whoever wrote that post was coming from a completely different culture than us, if you're catching me, because we don't just be up and leaving our churches just find,
sure we do,
to find people.
Yeah, absolutely. It may not come across that's the reason, but people be like, man, I'm trying to find somebody. Like, I need to get around some younger people.
But that would never.
It
be
may
the
be some
advice.
other reasons too, but
that
it's
would
like,
never
man,
be the advice in our culture. That might be what somebody does.
I might advise someone to do it. I'm like, hey,
okay.
Man.
Yeah, I think that you're better off having young adult events. I agree with that. You're better off having young adult events than saying it's for singles. Because singles, like, again, like that could range from like 18 years old all the way up to 99. Like it, like, you know. Yeah.
Hey, Marcus, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's what we were saying earlier. Like, go to different churches, go to events. Like, I mean, go to other churches to go to events, to go to different things that are happening versus just moping around like, I ain't nobody at my church. Yeah, seek ye first the kingdom. That's, I mean, that's always, you know.
and the kingdom might be telling you to go over here to this other church.
Kingdom is big though. Kingdom is not equivalent to church.
There it is.
No, I know.
Seek ye first the kingdom, not seek ye first your church. The kingdom is vast, and a lot of us cool behind the scenes anyway. Y'all just don't be knowing it. But a lot of the pastors, different people, we talk behind the scenes, so we be knowing what's going on, who's who, what's where.
He said people are seeking the king in the kingdom.
So I'm just saying, like,
I'm cracking up.
I think that I do think that our churches can be very segregated in nature, but not on purpose.
Segregated in like what way?
Just in terms of like, there's not a lot of. I mean, we do a few things where we partner with other churches to go and do outreach, or we may do the No Fear Fest with Faith and Family.
No, yeah, that's because churches be like my side crunking and your side. Like,
I mean,
it's a kingdom.
Yeah, but
everybody pipe down.
Yeah, I mean, it's
missionary dating might not work. I don't think that's a great idea. The king is supposed to find you.
It has worked for a lot of people though. But I mean, we're not gonna get into that.
It hasn't worked for more. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, no, facts.
I can guarantee you that much.
But I mean, we weren't supposed to talk about dating today.
What were we supposed to talk about, Daniel?
It was something specific that I was just kind of like. I was thinking about it like real heavy, and I'm just like, man. But it was kind of a little more on the serious side, in terms of like everything that's kind of going on in the country right now, and even I've been saying church is cooked. Church as we know it is cooked. I've been saying that for the past 12 weeks, and I think that we're gonna have to deal with what Nick said. I think that's a good one that he threw in.
Yes, yeah,
but we'll get back to it. But I think that there's some things that like I kind of wanted to put out there with the whole connotation of extra credit and just kind of a different perspective and look on things, and so it kind of gets a little prophetic in nature, but we'll get back to that in a second. Nick said, be careful with going to too many other church single events because if their relationship grows, who's leaving their ministry? Now you at a crossroad.
Listen, all people are going to hear is the relationship grows. They're going to be like, well, we'll cross that bridge.
Hey, your first ministry will end up being your family anyway. So
my thing is this.
I mean, that's your marriage going to be more important than.
But if you're being spirit led in your life in general, like you should have peace that will work out how it's supposed to work out.
Yeah.
And it worked out for y'all. And us. And I had to make a choice. Why are you looking at me like that?
I mean, I think looking back, I was kind of open to either one. Honestly, I mean, I'm about the kingdom. Me, I'm talking like I'm from Louisiana.
You've been back for one day and you're already just straight Cajun.
I'm just like, man. There's a lot of flavors and different ways of doing things, and then with churches. They gonna go to the one who got more Ministry of Help's obligations church. Yeah, because see Nick, the Kingdom Style Corner, check him out if you ever need some custom suits or styling advice. But Nick, the one who said now you at a crossroad, I mean, Nick, you talk about helps ministry obligations. When we used to do a bunch of plays and different things like that, I mean, he was always Jesus in the plays. So it's like he couldn't go nowhere. 'Cause one time we went to a different Jesus, and it didn't work out.
They were like, "Where's our black ball Jesus?"
Exactly. Because we went to Hispanic Jesus, but yeah.
Wait, what?
Never mind. Just keep
Okay,
going.
yeah, you're gonna have to keep that. Just pipe down.
Jesus, I mean, and not that it's a problem with
It's
Jesus being
not.
Hispanic, it just wasn't a good Jesus.
Okay, we're gonna pipe down.
Like,
on
you
the-
to have
on
aura
the-
to play Jesus in church plays.
You gotta have aura.
You gotta have aura to do that. So, Nick does that, you know what I mean, really well. So he couldn't go nowhere. So we already knew who had to come where.
Ariana said you go to the church of whoever wears the pants based off of cases I've observed. That's crazy.
I'm
What?
That's a crazy comment.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. You gotta pick up your cross a certain way. Y'all are done.
Yo.
Y'all are done. Do we need to kick Jeremiah out the chat again? Cracking up.
No, Ari is out of pocket.
No.
Because that's not true. I mean, it's just not true.
Okay.
You have different couples with different dynamics and different situations and different things like that. But shoot. All right, let's read this. I recently heard of a married couple who have never attended the same church, been married over 30 years. Husband is a deacon. He attends.
That is interesting.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean, if it works, it works. You know what I mean? Because people be in the same ministry and things don't work out. So, if it works, it works.
But like, how are you like spiritually on one accord?
Kingdom.
As
Do you
far
love
as-
Jesus?
No. But I'm just talking about as far as
Have you
like.
accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior? Both people, yes.
No.
Okay.
Not.
Do you
that
display the fruits of the Spirit? Is that what you're working on? The fruit,
We don't know.
Do you read your Bible? Fruits of the Spirit.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it can't work. But what I'm saying
are
do you
the
think?
outward
Because maybe
showing of that the
maybe
Spirit
it
of God
doesn't.
lives in
Maybe it
you?
doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I think that you could definitely argue that it doesn't matter. But I do think that like when you're hearing the same word and you're receiving on the same level, you kind of like you're like what you're believing God for, where you are, like you're But I do think based off your point, I mean maybe it would just be fine. And they just, separate but equal.
Segregation. It was this Jim Crow. What the heck?
Yep, exactly.
No, I mean, I can see it working out. I mean, I think the foundations of things being a certain way is really good. And if both people are capable of being able to minister to each other or sharing what God has been sharing,
Yeah, they
with
just
them.
have to be mature.
Yeah.
They just have to be mature.
Fruit.
Fruits
One fruit, multiple characteristics.
of the
But
spirit.
I'm black, so it's like It's like I know it's fruit of the Spirit, but it's like when we say Walmarts or Targets.
No, we don't say we. I don't do that.
I mean, but they know. I mean, that's kind of a
Kroger's.
yeah. I'm about to go to the Kroger's. Is Little Caesars a S?
Yes, it is. It's that way. Wegmans is an S.
McDonald's is an S.
Are you just going to point out everything that has an S on
No,
it?
I'm just thinking of something that I say that has an S that doesn't have an S.
Yuck, exactly. Asking your wife, are you displaying the fruit of the spirit is hilarious.
I'm not saying ask it. I'm just saying like, is the Spirit of God within you?
Yeah.
Because you can tell by if that person
No,
is,
I feel like if y'all are really doing what y'all need to do, y'all.
Because some people married to people where spirit, I don't know, it's something in there, but it ain't.
I think that it would be
It
fine.
ain't the fruit of the Spirit.
I think that it'll be
that's
fine
what
unless the doctrine was like pretty different.
Yeah, but I think on those main things, the essentials.
Yeah,
That
black
you'll be
people do
good.
add S's to words, but we shouldn't be doing that. All right, Daniel, what you got?
last week, I think it was last week, we talked a little bit about that skit that went viral by Drewski. And I was talking about more so the rhetoric that surrounded some of it,
Right.
and different things. And then I even went back to a previous episode that we did about like the Similac or whatever it was. I have been just sensing the fact that I think that a lot of us, in terms of like believers, are somewhat dull. Not that you can't think something's funny. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about being dull in that way. But I think dull in terms of kind of like being able to maybe read the room of society and things like that, which is why I more so talked about it not necessarily being, that video itself, but more so some of the commentary that you may have saw from different people and things like that.
And I think the effects of it, regardless of if it's a conversation or not, I think that the impression that it leaves.
Well, it's a lot of people.
Also,
it's a lot of rhetoric from people. Who
But
are saying
even if
and-
it's not the rhetoric, even just sharing the video with someone who has a preconceived notion or heard of this or not, it can feel very confirming to people.
But I'm saying it's not just that. But anyways, I was just kind of, I was thinking through those things, and we even had a couple conversations and interesting inquiries about some different things, and from my perspective, there's a lot of context that I have. There's a lot of things that I'm able to share that, someone, oh, okay, didn't know that, didn't know this, didn't know that. But anyways,
Yeah.
that's neither here or there. But what I'm trying to get to is the fact that I think that as true believers of Christ, on a serious note, I think that God wants to show himself strong, especially through his people in this day and time. And I think that we're going to see some of that really come to pass. Because while we can kind of laugh or joke about certain things, there are people, and this is what I'm talking about, not any video or whatever, but this is like commentary or people making think pieces that are saying things that are making fun of God healing people. It's like it's actually getting over it sometimes in some mockery. And I'm not, and there are, of course, maybe places or situations to where someone tries to maybe fake something or whatever else, but I'm not talking about that. But I'm like, God still heals, God still delivers. He saves us from the law of sin and death, but he also blesses us and comes through for us in so many other ways. And I think that even personally knowing some things that God is showing himself strong in our personal lives are the direct result of it's the direct result of God is saying I'm not mocked. You know what I mean? And I think that there are conversations that you maybe did hear, there are conversations that you didn't hear. And in this day and time, I think that like there's more of a boldness, and I think we even talked about this a while back because it was with another situation, but like there's a mocking spirit, and we were saying that it can be attached to another spirit that we kind of, it was a certain situation that I don't really, not that I can't speak about it, but I just don't want to speak about it on here. And actually it's because there's also monitoring spirits. And so there's just things that, kind of run together. And I've seen some of these different things at work. And but just getting back to the mocking one, when the enemy can't really do nothing with you, which he can't, he's powerless if you're in God's will and doing things by the will of God. He can't do nothing with you, but what he can try to do is mock what you're doing or mock who you are, things like that.
And that's
so,
what they did to Jesus.
Yeah. So, but imagine praying over somebody, whether you're at church or wherever else, and someone receives healing. And it was a straight up miracle from God. And then you go online, and then there's this rhetoric about how God doesn't heal and people who do it are faking and just, so just as an example, it could be anything. God doesn't care about your finances. God, all these things that we know to not be true. People are saying these different things about Christ and about pastors and about church, about the kingdom. And I just kind of was like, man, it's going to be a lot of things that, so I feel like what I'm saying to our Extra Credit family is that, like, we can kind of laugh and joke and kind of find humor in some different things, even from, sometimes Christian comedians, like Kev on Stage, Tim Schrock, people like that. But I think at the end of the day, like, I do think that there has to be a side of you that kind of also is kind of like, all right, that knows that, there's a certain, like, I think we gotta still understand that there's a line that we don't want to say God's name in vain. We don't want to grieve the Holy Spirit. There's certain things that we just don't really want to do. So we got to be able to kind of flip the switch. Yeah. And we got to be able to find humor in things, but we also have to kind of be like, well, man, what, God, I feel like God is like, no, like I'm going to really show people who are doubting and just really on this soapbox about, his kingdom, about his church, who is his bride. I think that he's really like, no, there's some correction that needs to take place with his bride. We can acknowledge that, but at the same time, we handle our correction in-house. So I'll just do it in reverse so that it doesn't seem like a sexist thing. But like, if we're married and I'm tripping or I'm doing whatever else, that's our problem. You know what I mean? So if you're my bride and we have an issue or there's something that we need to correct or that you need to correct, that's between us. Another guy, don't say nothing to my wife, to my bride, and you're not even in on what's going on here, and you think you can come in and tell her what she need to be doing. So I think that's kind of what it is. It's like, yeah, there's correction that needs to take place within the kingdom, within churches. However, that's kingdom business. That's family business. You know what I'm saying? It's not for anybody else who doesn't read their Bible or who's not in the presence of God to try to make that correction. You're trying to function. And this is like way out there. So hopefully, maybe y'all can stick with me a little bit. But it's almost like the role of an apostolic flow, someone who is from darkness is trying to make corrections on what the church should and shouldn't be doing, which is really just out of whack. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. But that's just kind of what I feel. Hopefully that makes sense. My thoughts are just kind of all over the place.
Even when you think about how the word says, like, in all you're getting, get understanding. And I think that, like, you have to understand, like, the footprint. Even when soldiers and commanders go into war, they have tactics, they have strategy, they have people who understand what the playing field is, what the battleground is. They know the weak points of the other, who they're fighting against. They know the terrain that they're on. And I think that so often we don't have the understanding to know, like, what we're actually fighting against. And even historically speaking, mockery is going to be a last-ditch effort to defeat somebody that you really can't defeat in any other way. So instead of trying to break you down, if they can't break you down, then they'll try to use mockery to tear down your reputation, to tear down you mentally, and things like that. So, but if you don't have an understanding of what's happening, then you might just think that it's funny and go along with it, or you might not have the understanding that.
And again, it's not just the video. I'm talking about
we're just talking about on a
the
bigger
rhetoric,
scale, everything.
just everything on the big picture of all.
You don't understand what's really at play. You don't understand like the weight or the gravity of what's actually happening, and like. It's so funny because we used to think like, oh yeah, that person though, they're so deep in this, they're so deep in this, and the crazy thing is that the things of God are deep, but a lot of times people are deep about the wrong things, and so there are deep things of God, deep things of the Spirit that we have to come to understand, to be sensitive enough to know what's happening, because when you think about like how we're supposed to be operating in the kingdom, we like healing the sick. And miracles, signs, and wonders, and these things shouldn't feel like a foreign, like, mythical type of thing. Like, they shouldn't feel like a special occasion even. Like, it should just be regular every day. But that means that, like, in some way that we're out of position. If it can even be something that's even made a mockery. It's something that we're unaligned with, with God. Because it should be to the point to where... when we handle our parts as individuals, as churches, as groups, as kingdom, then the naysayers are not going to matter. But when you talk about, even specifically with that video, you talk about over 100 million people or impressions of something, like the kingdom needs to be louder, And I think that that's something that I've really been just pondering about.
Yeah, and I still would say, like I said, with that particular one, I'm just like, I'm neither really
That's
here or there
example.
with that. But I do see how people, the Bible talks about how you'll lay hands on the sick and see them recover. But, let's say there's a pastor or someone who's just really trying to step out on faith and lay hands on the sick. Like I'm trying to, whether that be within the church or wherever else. And that's something that is constantly this is just one example that's constantly criticized. Or even just as a whole different example, I think that people don't necessarily have an issue with Jesus or God. I think that people have an issue with the totality of God, which you get from the Old Testament and the New Testament. Mm-hmm. Like people are cool with the way that the New Testament kind of flows, but when you read the Old and the New Testament together, the full gospel, then you are able to understand the nature of God. God didn't just change in the New Testament. There are some laws that changed. There are some laws that, Jesus being the sent son, saved us from. But God is still God. So it's like, man, people... I saw a church out in Texas, and they, and this time, people are really giving their opinions about what churches should be doing with their money. And this church is like raising funds to go into their new building. They've outgrown the current one that they're in, but now that church is being attacked online because people are saying, well, y'all are saying y'all need $6 million to build this building, but you can use that money and you can help the homeless and whoever else, and we don't think you should have to have a building to have church. I mean, okay, cool. I mean, maybe God is calling you to start a church and not have a building. I mean, follow God with that in your personal life. But I think that at the same time, I'm just like, I'm not here to say whether that's right or wrong. But what I am here to say is that, I remember very vividly, either it was David or Solomon, but when they went to go build God's temple, they talked about all the things that they brought to build the temple. And God did not find that to necessarily be excessive. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you really read the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, and you see God's thoughts towards wealth and how those things work, which is, again, I'm all over the place, and I'm probably way, beyond what we're able to keep up with at 11:22 at night. But I think that that's the reason why here recently, as I talked to someone from a Jewish background, the thought process behind wealth is just completely different. Even though I feel like I'm pretty unlimited in my thoughts towards it, I'm still hearing like just different, just the overall, attitude and things towards it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that's one thing, is that, okay, if you really read your Bible, the full Bible, yeah, you can point to Jesus and talk about what you feel like Jesus did or didn't have. But when you read the full Word of God, you will see certain people, not even all kings, but different people within the Bible who had great possessions or did a whole lot and to build a temple and things like that. And so I think that when we start allowing people who aren't even Bible believing, Bible reading people to dictate what the church should and shouldn't be doing, it's just really interesting territory. And it doesn't matter how emotional you are. It doesn't matter how much your heart is towards whoever. And it's not to say that church doesn't help in this community, because I believe that they do. But it's just saying, what I'm trying to say is just that, like, we're in an era where there are people who are not they are not qualified to be saying what should and shouldn't be, and there's a lot more situations that even from my personal life that I know are right and correct than that are corrupt. And I also shared that the larger ministries normally you have so many different checks and balances. And really, in the smaller places where it's a staff of just the pastor or one other person, that's where you can kind of, you may not see them flexing and doing whatever else, but like they're, I don't even want to put that on everybody, you know what I mean? Because I think that that's unfair, but I just feel like that's something that in this day and age, I just kind of feel like I find it really interesting, because that's some of the rhetoric that has kind of been uncovered. But I also think that it's good that it's uncovered, because it's not the video, that video that made people think and feel the way that they feel. People have always felt the way that they feel, but now they feel at liberty to maybe share what those things are, because that's the current conversation that's going on. So I think it's just good to be able to recognize, like, oh, okay, this is how people think towards this and that. But it's not about trying to change what you do to fit what people think you should be doing as the bride of Christ. But you still need to be led by the Spirit on how God is saying to do X, Y, Z. And God may be saying, no, make this edifice beautiful. So there's just different things that we can get into really dangerous territory when we start talking about what places should and shouldn't be doing. It's not really there are certain things that we are called to do. We should be clothing the needy, feeding those, and God told us that these people will always be among us. And I can even tell you, with working with people, it's not always just a matter of opening your doors and taking care of the homeless community. Like, there's a lot of services that are needed, because once you start to talk to some of these individuals, when you actually work with them, you will start to see that, oh, this ain't really a money issue. This is a mental issue that's going on, that it's going to take some deep things for that person to really, so there's other solutions and things out there. But a lot of people who you really, and I've been involved with, like, really trying to get someone off the streets, and you'll come across, like, I'm just saying, like people just are so, like, on their phones or behind their computers and just, oh, y'all should do this, y'all should do that, y'all should do this. And it's like, well, first of all, there's a lot of things that and I'm talking for all churches, that we are doing that we just don't post about and put online. That's number one. Then number two, there are certain things to where it's deeper and more complex than what you feel like the solution is. And that's exactly why you are not the pastor, because you're not qualified because, but anyways, I don't want to beat this into the ground, but yeah.
No, I mean, I think that what you're saying is definitely right. I think we had a comment that's basically saying, like, who are you to say how how the money can be used for the kingdom, how it can help people. Like, you don't. And I think that.
Yeah, I think Mitress is right. Yeah,
I think that like mind your business is like a great like maybe not as nice of a way to say it, but like.
I mean,
because like my thing is
you can't be above reproach, especially as a pastor. So like,
for sure,
people should be able to ask the question. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think that it's like, don't ask us what's what, but that's not what's going on. It's like, okay, ask the question.
But also the spirit behind it is typically, from what you see online, it's not inquisitive.
Right.
It's not like, oh, I would like to know. It's like, you should be doing this is not. I think that, also just the spirit behind the things. But, there's much work to be done. I think that people understanding what their gifts are is just really important in this time that we're in, because every gift needs to be in action. It needs
because we are the church.
Period.
It's not the place. It's not the place that you can call, or it's like, no, we are the church, and it's not just with whatever helps ministries or whatever that you can be a part of. It's like, what is God calling you to do?
Yeah.
And maybe there's something that's really on your heart that you feel like God is calling you to be an answer to. Well, do that. You know what I mean? It's not about, the organization of the church putting that together. It's like, no, you are the church. The Holy Spirit can speak to you and show you a lot about your gifts and what your call is. And you stepping into whatever that is not only helps to, edify the body of Christ, but also whatever whatever people out there that need the love that you have to share.
And everyone's gifts are kingdom compatible regardless. Even if you don't feel like there's a place for you in church itself, that doesn't matter, because your gift is kingdom compatible, meaning that there is a purpose that God has for your gift in the kingdom. And that's what you should be praying about. That's what you should be aiming for. Being aligned in that way with God's kingdom purpose for your life and for your gifts.
Yeah. I'll bring up a story that happened in real time. And there was a gentleman who we used to have like these receptions for visitors. And the gentleman was... he kind of was on a little bit of weird energy, but I understand people like that. Not because we had anything in common, but it's just I could tell the type of energy that he was kind of on. But he was like, yeah, so why, like, are homeless people able to come here and take showers? And it was like, no. And it's not a
That's
no.
What he asked during the reception.
Yeah, and the simple answer is like, well, no, we're not set up to do that. However, these are the things that we do that help, that community of people. And I think that he kind of kept going on and whatever. I wasn't necessarily the one answering the question. But I think that like his like opinion of how we should have built the church was that it should have like a bunch of showers so that homeless people can come and shower and get a shave and that type of thing. And I think that's an awesome idea, but that's not how we're set up. And I don't think that that's what God necessarily wants us to do at that current facility. Now, now that I understand a different way, what if God was telling him to do that? Mm-hmm. You set that up. That's but there's just things like that just remind me of a lot of the things that have been going on recently, to where I just use that to say we can come up with anything. Yeah. It can be any small thing. Well, why isn't the church doing this? Or well, why doesn't the church have this available? Or why doesn't the church have that available? Why don't they have?
But it's like God can give you a vision, and then you want to reprimand, your local church.
And it's not even about that. It's just like let's not be unreasonable even when it comes down to like how things function. You know what I mean? And so I think a couple of weeks ago we shared about how even sometimes the church can be willing to do something and able to do something, but because of the type of person that you got at your front desk, that can mess up the whole thing, because they don't know the right questions to ask. They haven't been trained at the front desk of like all the different types of inquiries and calls that you may get. You know what I mean? I know at larger churches, you know, we get all types of requests and calls, and things have to be vetted, and, you know, people calling from overseas, trying to get this, trying to get that. I'm pretty sure that there's, you know, fraudulent things that people are asking for. People calling me, telling me that I have had correctional officers trying to get in contact with me, asking me if someone has served community service hours, and I never, like, I guess the person gave them my name and contact, but I don't know who the person is. So, I mean, shout out if you're watching, but
Scam.
I mean, probably not, but I just feel
Scammers.
like, I'm like, no, I don't. They're asking me, do you know this person? They said that they volunteered X amount of hours to complete their community service. No, I don't know who that is. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that there's all types of weird like stuff that we get all the time. So, and not to get back too into that, but I do just feel like this year I feel like we're going to see more and more of God really showing himself. There are things that as churches we can look inwardly and that we need to shift, but that's all, like I said, that's kingdom business, that's family business. You know, like even, you know, you gotta be careful. If I don't know you, don't be correcting my kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, don't, you know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that, like I said, we can take care of internally from someone who knows what's supposed to be happening, not from someone who thinks that this is how Christians should behave or should act, but they have no foundation of really knowing the contents of what's in the word, what God says about health, what God says about healing people, what God says about financial miracles, what God says about any of these different things that we see and read about in the Bible that people try to make a mockery of. So I just feel like, you know, just be careful, because I'm like, if your algorithm is cooked on Threads, on Instagram, on TikTok, you can get a whole lot of think pieces that are not really rooted in actual scripture, but more so rooted in how someone feels.
And just because something sounds good doesn't make it true or valid. And I think that that's a tough thing with social media, is that because of the way someone delivers something, the way they thread their words together, the way that they can be very convincing, it can paint a certain picture. And if you're not rightly dividing, if you're not going back to the word, then now you're regurgitating information that you've seen from online, and you're almost tricked into thinking that you're having your own thoughts when really you're not. You're just repeating what you see online. So you just got to be really careful. You know, I've been spending a lot of time off social media recently, just, you know, reading books and doing different things with my time, because it's just, you have to be on guard, like, when you're doing it, and usually you're trying to be relaxed, but you really do have to be on guard, because you never know. You never know all the different spirits that are lurking about, but also just people being people, you know, and people are wrong. So there's that. But yeah.
Yeah. So I ain't want to get all, you know, I know we was talking about dating and
I know
all that stuff,
but
that's something that I just feel like I just kind of wanted to share. It's like, all right, you know, while all this stuff is going on, just, you know, not to be that person, but, you know, be kind of aware on like be aware of kind of like what's going on and what's taking place. And what I'm kind of personally, and maybe there's others too, you know, that are picking up like, no, God is like, all right, you know, you know, there's some things that God really wants to do, you know, both in really showing the world, all of us, who he is, but also what he wants to do with some of the correction that we do need to experience within our churches.
This just dropped in my spirit because me and my sisters were talking. This is literally going back to our earlier conversation, but we were talking to someone who was single in their like 50s, 60s, and then she got married maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But me and my sisters were talking to her about the show. We were talking about singleitis and different things. But one of the things that just hit me now is that for people who are single, no matter what your age is, but really,
these older ladies be. Oh no, go ahead.
Whoa.
They be putting it on. They don't like. They do better than the young girls.
Did you get back cold?
Yeah, I'm cold.
So what I was gonna say is, if you're single, don't be jealous of married women. And she was sharing with us, and that thought.
That's the
popped
thing.
I
know you know Bob talks about don't covet and stuff, so I guess people are covet.
Yeah, I think. Well, from she was explaining it this way. She was saying that in order to keep her mind stayed in the right place, when she was single, she used to do things for married people to help her not kind of get like in a rut. So she was basically saying simple things like, oh, if there's a marriage event happening at the church where it costs registration, she would like cover a couple and like she would pay for them, or like she would basically like, you know, she was just sewing into like other couples, and that helped her keep her heart in the right place. But just not that y'all have to do that, but I mean,
if you want to give us a nice gift card to, cause we're married, so if you want,
Daniel, you're so aggy.
So if you,
but I'm just saying,
if you want to be married,
like what I'm saying is that jealousy will keep something from you more than anything else, and that's just, I don't know, I felt led to say that, but just, you know, be very mindful of that, and if that's something that you desire,
and don't, you know, and you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, so just don't be jealous of no one's situation. But I think we've had some action though. We've had some of our extra credit students that are starting to make some changes, that are not getting offended by the outrageous things that are being said. They are improving themselves. They are making themselves available. They are stepping into their confidence. I think we're gonna see some marriages and some really wholesome stuff happen here pretty soon. Some of y'all we still are praying about, but you know, hopefully. You know,
some of y'all we're still praying about.
I mean, in terms, because you can see, you know, in the chat when people, you know, it's like, you know.
Don't talk about my chat.
Y'all take this the right way, because I'm not saying that if you have used the raccoon emoji, that's what you look like. I'm not saying that.
Daniel.
But what I wanted, I have to preface it. But I'm saying, don't be talking about I'm being a raccoon when you be leaving the house looking like a raccoon. I'm not saying that that's the case, but I'm just saying to. I'm trying to preface it. You're
not doing good.
Okay, I'm not saying that you are a raccoon, but I'm just saying if you don't you can use the emoji. You can use the emoji and talk about how I'm being. Yeah, so you can use the emoji. Just don't be the emoji. You know what I'm saying? If you use the emoji in the chat, also just accept
Daniel,
what's being said.
what does this have to do with anything?
What you mean?
I feel like you just really wanted to say that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm giving a recap of like people are really listening and like, you know, working on some stuff.
But then you had to start talking about raccoons.
Because I'm saying that certain people reject what I be talking about.
I don't think
when I was talking about like cutting your nails and like making sure your hands look.
I don't think people are rejecting
feminine.
it as much as you think that they do.
Huh?
I think it's okay.
I don't know, man.
Amen.
because the whole thing about single-itis is that single people can be really stuck in their ways.
Yeah, it takes some time to break people out of their own stubbornness. It takes time and patience. Don't call them raccoons, though.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, don't be
I know.
one.
I'm just messing.
Don't be a raccoon.
Okay, all right. We're not gonna be raccoons.
You are.
What's this made of?
Anyways,
great class tonight. Play some tunes. Cracking up.
I only wish that heaven had a phone.
I literally can't. It's the tone of her voice. Phone to call you out.
any last thoughts?
No.
R.I.P. to the old you. R.I.P. to the raccoon version of you. Hopefully we all make the steps. So on a funny note, I'm praying for y'all ladies out here that are single.
No. Let me
because
say
it is
something.
tough. I do recognize that with what y'all have to kind of deal with out here. So God be with you.
No. Let me say
And-
something. We're praying for all the men out there who are dusty as well, but just feel like they don't have to try because they can have their pick of the litter. Get it together. Next week, we're going to talk about scrawny, scraggly, crusty, dusty men, and it'll be a great time.
1, 2, 3,
Release it. All right, guys.
And on a serious note, just to recap, you know what I mean? Like, just be open to what God wants to do through you, especially this year.
Listen, this show can change your
Yeah.
life.
To close out, let's see
trying
some
to tell
balloons
you.
in the track.
Gotta release
We
them.
releasing them.
They be dusty and musty. Because why aren't you cleaning your clothes? Why do you smell like that?
Why, as a woman, you aren't shaving your armpits?
Why are you looking at people's armpits?
Because
Stop
you
looking
wear a
at
tank
them.
top and you lifting your arms.
We're done talking about women. We're talking about men right now. We haven't done that this whole show, and then you want to get on here and bring up something like that.
I hope we don't got students that
All I'm saying is that, like, men,
if
you
you're
do
single,
need to try.
If you're single, if you're a single lady,
go run some laps.
if you're a single lady and you got a patch of hair under your arms right now,
If no one can see
you're not
your-
serious. You don't want to be married.
If no one, no, that's not true because it's not summer, and if no one can see it, I'm not even that mad at it. But you will deal with odor. Will be a little harder for you to control, so you should probably shave it. But I'm just saying. Are you done?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You got hair under your armpit?
I'm a man. I'm just saying, like.
That's a double standard. That's it.
I'm so weak, bro. Cause you're not serious. don't log on next week without taking a razor or a patch. And it's cool because no one has to know. No one has to know right now. But I'm just saying,
It's the dead of winter. Like, if people leave them alone for now. But I'm just saying, if we come out, I mean, some women that's just what they want to do. That's their prerogative.
You can do that if you're married and your partner's fine with it.
No. That doesn't make it okay. That doesn't make it okay.
No, it's still. But I mean, at least
if your partner likes, a little texture, little granules.
I mean, if it's like if you got the stubble. Some of y'all got the stubble right now. You got the stubble, and we okay with the stubble. But I'm talking about like it's really heavy. Cause there was a girl that liked me one time. I was in church summer camp.
It's always a church summer camp that'll get you.
Oh, but she had hair under her arms.
How old were you?
16.
Okay,
No, because how are you 15 years old with a full bush under your arms?
Because maybe she wasn't like taught yet how to take care of that.
Well, she won't for me, and that's I was really trying to like.
She wasn't.
I was really trying to like, yeah, well, she. Then I saw the hair. I was like, nah.
Listen, if that everyone just according to your own personal preference. I'm gonna put it that way. We can share our preference, but like, what people do with their, it's not.
We're here to help.
It's not as hygienic though. So
it's not cute. It's not cute.
Some men are like that. They're like,
as a woman, you need to have underarms, not armpits.
They like pet it, kind of.
I'm just trying to help. So it's things that I'm saying. You keep talking about men, But anyways, we have to go, man. We have to go.
No,
I don't know. I feel like we're stuck here though, because I feel like there's so much more that we.
Is this like in church when like no one wants to leave, like no one knows what to do, and you have to just run out?
I'm just talking about our upcoming episodes and everything.
A woman's hair is her mane is her beauty. I don't think they mean her underpit mane though. I don't know if there should be a mane under there, but maybe like some people again they want to.
Yeah, we do need a Patreon because. Yeah, there's a whole different conversation that I like to get into, but let me see if I have another song.
Oh my gosh, exactly. We don't went through the whole outro song.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
It's actually her glory.
We will talk to y'all soon. Enjoy the snow. Be safe. Hopefully, Beth makes some chili tomorrow. And
should I make chili or should I make butter chicken?
Next week, I want to stray from the spot next week if that becomes the situation. Yes. So next week, you don't want to. Next week we could be really. Next week could be a whole situation. So the where we are at could be changing. And I'll just leave it there in terms of where we're podcasting from. So wish I could say more, but I can't say but so much right now. But it's up. But all right, y'all. We'll see if that's what happens. But until next time, y'all be easy.
Cause ain't nobody told me this life be getting lonely, so I gotta look to you, cause you my one and only. Others they be phony, they judge me and they stone me, so I gotta look to you, cause you my one and only. You my one and only. Yeah, you're my one and only. Yeah, you're my one and only. Yeah, you're my one and only. You're my one and only.
Start the day and flip the night over. I keep friends close and my kryptonite closer. I'm Superman, but I'm marvelous grand bliss. Dumb it down so they can understand this. To make it plain, I'm taking plain citation. I'm slipping, you make it rain and my heart's racing. Traction for this action, I'm like a fiend. You came through, wheels took off and grew wings.
Told me this life be getting lonely, so I gotta look to you, cause you my one and only. Others they be phony, they judge me and they stone me, so I gotta look to you, cause you my one and only. 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 oh, 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 oh.